So I'm back to do another repeat of last night because I'm guessing a demonic entity stepped in and muzzled the microphone on the camera. So I'm trying this again, hoping that it comes out. This is the third reason why I'm saying who I am and what's been told to me and what's been shown to me. Doing this all over again is a headache. Because this demonic realm is just outrageous. So I'm going to read this. Try to read this again. So I'm not that very good at reading. But here goes. Chapter 7, Revelation. 1 through 4. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding back the 4 winds of the earth. Holding back 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on the trees. And I saw another angel ascend from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to harm the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So the reason why I read that is because now I was listening to something about with Billy Carson talking about how the pyramid, the dimensions of the pyramid, it's supposedly the exact same dimensions of the earth, but the pyramid fitting inside of the earth. So when I learned how to forgive my mother, and I felt such surge of energy, and this was during my meditation, and this was in Las Vegas, but there was such urgency that was kept coming up, and I kept seeing an area code for Texas, And I kept seeing it, numbers here, this number there, the area code. I kept seeing it everywhere. You know, there's no area code of Texas in Las Vegas. So I just kept seeing a number everywhere. Everywhere I looked, I seen a number. And I'm seeing that something is telling me I need to come back. I'm to come back. I'm supposed to come back. And I just couldn't understand why, but it was something that kept trying to get me to come back. Well, in a relationship that I was in, which was on the brink of no return, this made things a little harder, even more so. But even more so, how I was not pushed, but made me dove more into the I am. So I was speaking with a mystic, and this mystic was telling me how I was chosen, and that the I am chose me. I didn't chose it. In one of my lucid dreams, I saw the sun up close and personal. This was the invitation of the I am, sending its appointed to let me know that it has eyes on me. And before I even knew that I was chosen, this was like maybe a month or two prior to me seeing the mystic. So then as months went on after seeing the vision, one of the people that I work for and work with, I saw him when I came into Vegas, and I saw him when I left out. When I saw him, he was well and alive. When I saw him when I left, he was in a spirit. He was no longer on this earth physically. In an aspect, he was here physically, but in an aspect, he was not. Formless, weightless in my eyes, because I couldn't see him, but I did see him come to me in an orb of light. So I called to him for 7 days. And on that 7th day, he came to me. At the time that I saw him, before the 7 days, I found out that he had an aneurysm and a stroke. And from that day forward, when he was in a coma, they put him on life support. And the sign how we would split from each other when we would leave work, he would do this all the time, basically saying, I got you, I got you. He would do this all the time. Whenever we would leave work, he would do that. And I saw him when I got there, when he was alive, walking around, and then I see him when I left and when I moved back to Texas. But nevertheless, when I learned how to forgive my mother, it's when I felt this during meditation. I felt this really strong vibrational frequency in my right hand. It felt like my hand was like the bones were freezing cold, and a numbing vibrational feeling, but as so far as having freezer burn. And this happened on the day that I forgave my mother. That morning when I was doing, because before then I had asked the I Am to come into my life and take the wheel, take the reins. I'll sit in the back, you lead, you guide, teach me, mold me. My life is for you to do it as you will. No more tricks up my sleeve. This is basically what I said to the I Am. And the I Am came in. But how the I Am came in is when I learned how to forgive my mother. The I Am had already picked me, already came to me first. But I surrendered to the I Am after the I Am picked me, chose me. And when I learned how to forgive my mother, I had this on my right hand, like really painful, whatever that was happening during meditation. 2 days in a row. But I mean, during the time I'm doing my meditation is when it happened. And then the very next day I did my meditation again, and it happened again for the second time. So the woman that owned the store, the Mystic store, owned the crystal store, the woman I talked to, she don't own the crystal store. It's her friend that owns the store. So I talked to the Mystic. She told me about my friend, how he was there. And she made this motion. She did this. And there was no way she could have known that. I started crying so bad. But when the Mystic told me that I was only supposed to be here to record, I was not happy with that. I was not happy to hear those words, because in my mind and in my heart and deep within my spirit, I know I was here for more than just that, just to be sitting up here recording what everyone is doing. And then the owner of the place said, I just hope you're on our side. Because the owner was like asking me, well, how did you like your reading and stuff like that? And I was like, it was fine. She told me about my grandma. She told me about my friend that was there, and she made the motion that she couldn't have known, because she saw him doing this. And I just started crying, started bawling. I mean, I was just beside myself. But yet, when I talked to the owner of the store, she says that, I just hope you're on our side. I said, I'm on the side of light. I'm on the side of the I Am. And for someone to say something like that to you, that you must be a very powerful being to say that, I just hope you're on our side. I didn't think about it until I left. And I just kept saying in my head, I'm no God, I'm no God, over and over again. So I sat in the back of the bus where the engine is. I sat 2 seats over from the window on the left. I stayed on the left side. And then I moved up when I got closer to my stop, and I stayed on the left side. Two seats before you step down and get off the back of the bus. And as I'm sitting there, I'm steady saying in my head, I'm no God. And before I knew it, I had the vision of people being pummeled by stones and rocks. I've already read that in another video about, how the kings of this earth and rich men and mighty men, every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the caves and said to the rocks and the mountains, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. So I had already spoke that in my other video, but the I Am sent me his memory, which became my vision. And when I got off the bus, I called the woman that owned the store, a Mystic store, and I said, I don't want to kill humans. Because I was like in tears because I seen this people being pummeled by stones and rocks. This at the time I knew that the I Am was there. Because once I surrendered to the I Am, and I surrendered to the I Am before I left, and I surrendered to the I Am before I forgave my mother. And then after I forgave my mother, this is when I received what I received. Now, when I left Vegas and I came back to Texas, during meditation, I saw in my vision 4 pillars of light. And this was in early 2017. Early 2017 is when I saw the pillars of light. I'm going to show you what it looks like, what I saw in my vision. This is what I saw in my vision. Me down here on the bottom, and these are the pillars of light going into the heavens. Because all I could see was dark when I looked up. That's all I can see. These 4 pillars of light. This is what I saw. Now, fast forward. Fast forward. Let's see. Here we go. 2020, 10th month, the 2nd day of 2020. In my Clair Audio, if you don't know what Clair Audio is when you're able to hear in the spirit realm. And I was told to draw a pyramid in darkness. This is the pyramid that I drew in darkness. This is the pyramid that I drew in darkness. I don't know if you could see that, but trying to get it to where you probably can see it. I don't know if you can, but trying to see if I can get it to where you can see it. Hold on. This might help and it might not. I don't know. But no, that's not helping either. But you can see the pyramid by Judas in Darkness. But notice there are 4 pillars under the pyramid. Now you remember what I just said about Billy Carson, saying that the pyramid is, he was speaking about about them being the same measurements as the earth. So what I read to you earlier about the 4 angels, those 4 angels are the 4 pillars of light. And it's me standing in the middle of those pillars of light. And the pyramid sits in the center of the earth. On the day I learned how to forgive my mother, in my right hand receiving the seal of the living God. This is why I said that I sealed the 12 tribes. In Satan's kingdom for the second time by someone who had a demonic entity within them. Showed me about the cherubim, but I didn't know what a cherubim was because I just started reading the Bible in 2020. So this being also told me that I was chosen. Says to me that I asked him, I said, can you show me that again where you were reading about the cherubim? But before I even knew about the cherubim, the I Am sent me a vision of a being on the outside of the sun. This was a frontal lobe vision of a being on the outside of the sun with wings. One week after I drew that drawing, this being came in and asked me about the cherubim. And I said, no, I never seen it before. But yet the I Am showed me already. It's just the same as the mercy seat. The I Am showed me already. 1 week after I drew it, another man walks in and asks me about the mercy seat. I didn't know what I was drawing. I didn't know why I draw it, but 2 beings that had demonic possessions that the I Am used and brought to me. But one of them, which one that told me about the cherubim, he's the one that called me a chosen one. And then the mystic in end of 2016, she also told me that I was chosen by the I Am, receiving the seal of the living God, standing in the midst of the pillars of light. We all know angels to be massively tall. These pillars are tall. Not only that, with Billy Carson, when Billy Carson said, and it clicked to me, I was like, oh wow. Pyramid, dimensions, fitting in the center of the earth. Yeah, when the angel ascended from the east, having the seal of the living God. Because I didn't receive it until after I surrendered, until after I surrendered, until after the one thing I keep saying that you need to do, and that is to forgive and let live and let go. This is when I received the mark upon my right hand. This is when the I Am came and gave me the mark, the seal of the living God. And this is why I sealed the 12 tribes in Satan's kingdom, because this is the only place I could have done it. I'm not a superstar. I'm not a megastar. I'm just a being that the I Am used. I'm not someone who's selling out Reliant Stadium or some kind of football stadium or you know, some big place and I got a lot of people in front of me. I'm not Joel Osteen. I'm not this other preacher, I can't remember his name, kind of heavyset guy. I'm not neither one of them. So therefore, there is no way for me to seal the 12 tribes, because the doors doesn't swing like that for me. Doing healing work, yeah, but it wasn't enough. Not enough to do what the I Am had planned. I didn't know that's what was being planned. It's just so much that's like a red flag for me. Even to the point of seeing on my birthday, and just realize it yesterday when the sun descended, it was blood red. My first time ever seeing it. When I would call to the sun when I was in Satan's kingdom and I couldn't see the daylight, I couldn't see the sun because we were in our dorms that just, there was no windows. My last prior to being there was on the second floor and there was windows that we can see out. But other than that, fifth and up, I couldn't see anything. Or I just say on the fifth floor, I couldn't see no, there was no, you know, fourth floor, there was no windows either that I could see out of. Or I could see the sun, I could see the sunlight. But when I would call for the sun, within 2 nights or within 2 nights, I would see the sun in between quaking state and awakening. If you don't know what that means in between worlds. That means in between this 3D physical reality and in between the dream world, or the etheric world as I know it to be. This is when I would see the sun. Me and the sun have a really peculiar relationship, because when I was younger, my mom said, you better stop looking at the sun or you're going to go blind. Well, I didn't know why I was doing it, but I received something from the sun. This is the reason why the sun is doing what it's doing now. Because what it had, I have it now. It's no longer there. There's no need to have it or anything. There's no need for the sun anymore. What the sun had, I received. So that's why you're seeing black patches, black holes, all this other kind of stuff. You're seeing all this activity because there's nothing to protect anymore. There's nothing there. What was there is removed. It's no longer there. It's within me. And I'm saying this because, like I said, me and the sun have a really different type of relationship. But, you know, I can't explain this any more than what I can explain it, because we are, just give me 1 second. So we are, you know, sorry. So if you do not believe anything I say, I'm just telling you, don't believe nothing I say. I'd say take it to the I am, because that's the only way. Because I can speak I can say everything all I want. You know, people can consider thinking me crazy or whatever. It's fine. I mean, I heard that when I was in Satan's kingdom, crazy old man. Fine by me. But I know what I see, and I know what's happening. I know what's going on. And I know what I was told from the horse's mouth. I know what was shown to me from the horse's mouth. I know what was given to me by faith. I know that I'm somebody of great importance, as many of you are great importance, because we all have a job to do. We all have our assignments. Neither one of us are better than each other. We are all equal. We are all the same. I'm not boasting. I'm not bragging. I'm just merely stating what's happened with me. Everyone's circumstances and what they've been through is all not the same. The I am deals with us in different ways that others will not understand or understand or overstand, for that matter. Many of them that supposedly are watchers and seekers and seeing what they're seeing, like this, you know, no one knows the day or the hour. But you know the season. You know it's the season of the trumpets. You know it's the time frame of whenever there is trumpet blast. You know, these are the times you need to look. You need to watch. This is when you need to be on watch, be alert. I just started watching. I mean, I've been watching, but so far as I didn't see Joshua's video until October, and this was some days before my birthday. And I asked for confirmation. I asked the I am, because I can't take someone's word for it. I too have to go and ask if the I am had been in touch with this person, that person. I have to. But I question everything, because that's how it's taught by the I am. People that are in these churches, they tell you don't question. But the I am didn't teach me that way, because I learned from the I am. I didn't learn from a church. I got all my schooling and teaching from the I am and the Holy Spirit. That's how I got my teaching. That's how I got my learning. Long before I even picked up a Bible. Beginning of 2016 is when I was awakened. And ever since then, since 2016 is when I've been on this journey. So, and when I received the mark was the end of 2016. So I say that for a reason, because everything lines up, everything, the pillars that I saw, and it just basically, I'm sitting here and I received a download of what was what. And it was basically let me know that those 4 pillars are the 4 angels that stand up on the 4 corners of the earth. It makes all the sense, because when I seal them inside of Satan's kingdom, it makes all the sense. It makes all the sense. Because as soon as I sealed them, there was a shaking on the earth. And the very next day, nobody seen it coming. No one seen it coming. That great freeze that happened, there was a shaking, a shimmer right here in Texas. No one seen that coming. And that freeze went through the entire United States. Only at the very end of, like it didn't even hardly hit Mexico, maybe the border of it. It hit some of Florida, but not all of Florida. It got all of Texas. There's one more other thing I want to show you. Now, I mentioned about when I said that I received the spirit of the I Am. And I said it happened on a day. And the only thing I could do is show you the pictures, because I can't really, it's not gonna, the lettering is too small, but you can see the pictures with so much. On this day of April the 4th, no, April the 8th, April the 8th of 2024, on the day of the full-blown eclipse, there's also a speaking here just recently that they said that the Antichrist is supposed to receive a spirit. Now the spirit is roaming in the last place that the eclipse was on this earth. And I know that because I saw something really strange and peculiar. It's not on this one, but it is on, I do have it in my phone where it shows something really peculiar, and it looks looks eerie. It's an anomaly. It's in the sky. You could see it. But on that day of April 8, 2024, between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. is when I received the spirit of the I Am. And I said X marks the spot. I also said that on that day was a passing of a comet, which is called the Devil's Comet. This is the time of the birthing of the child, because my date of birth is the virgin. Now this virgin is supposed to have a child, and red dragon, or the devil, if you want to call it that, was to devour the child. And the last, across the United States, X marks the spot. That is Texas. This is why the I Am wanted me to come back to Texas. The year of the dragon. Not only that, the comet that passed at the same time as the eclipse. X marks the spot where the I Am was born, right here in Texas. Red dragon, devil's comet, the year of the dragon. And if you can see down here, I don't know if you can see that, but it's right here. It speaks about the version and how the devil's comet was passing at the same time of that eclipse. You take a picture of it if you want. But you can see where the X marks the spot. That was the last, the thickest line, the very thickest line is the last place where the eclipse came through. Right here in Texas. X marks the spot. Like I said, there was another spirit born on the earth after this last, what is it called, eclipse. But it was not here in the United States because we couldn't see it. But there was a spirit born at that time, which was the spirit of the Antichrist. Who is his host? I don't know. But it was born. Because the picture I taken from Google, and when I saw it, it was very eerie of the sky and clouds. Very eerie. So, don't believe anything I say. Take it to the I Am. I know who I am. No one has to tell me. The I Am told me from the horse's mouth, from its own mouth. I didn't get it from a mystic. I didn't get it from a palm reader. I didn't get it from a card reader. I didn't get it from someone who has intuition or who is a pastor or deacon or whatever it may be. Or, what is it called? A pope. I didn't get it from none of these people. I got it straight from the horse's mouth of who I am. I've explained about the three spirits. And I have much more to say, much more to show. Well, there's a lot more to show, but there's a lot more to say, but some things I just have to keep to myself. My job is to let you know who I am and why I'm here. And that's to tell you to get your houses in order, because there's a ship that's docked here and it's going to be leaving pretty soon. When the I Am says it's ready and we're ready to go, we're leaving. And leave the rest. And whoever stands after what happens on this earth, whatever you do, don't take that mark. It's going to change everything about you. Everything. So, I hope this was informational for you. If you are watching me from abroad, I don't care who you take this to. If you know somebody that's really, I wouldn't say go to someone. Don't look to man. Look to the I Am. You want to know about me? Look to the I Am. And I would even go as far as saying those that are in the demonic stuff. Go ahead. Do what you got to do. Because demonic knows me too. They know me far too well. I'm battling almost every other night with these demonic entities in the etheric realm. So I'm going to leave this here. Keep oil in your lamps. Stay aware. Pick up your crosses. Pick up your cross. You know, I was talking to a friend and she was telling me, oh, you know, that's this. And I was like, she's like, don't worry about that. And I was like, okay. But for me not to worry about it is to turn my back on everything that the I Am has shown me. For me to disregard what the I Am has shown me in the spirit realm, have shown me physically, for me to have this on my neck, to ignore everything that happened to me in Satan's kingdom, that's like a slap in the face to the I Am. If I listen to someone telling me that, oh, don't worry about that, that's not going to be, that'll be like a slap in the face to the I Am. That'll be a slap in the face to everything I've been through spiritually. Receiving the seal of the living God, and I'm supposed to ignore that. Learning about who I am, and I didn't get it from a mystic. The person that told me don't worry about it is a mystic. And it's like, why am I going to listen to what you're saying? And I've been doing this spiritual thing long before I met you. but yet I'm supposed to just throw everything down the drain. I couldn't understand that. But anyway, I digress. So I'm going to leave this here. Thank you all for listening, commenting, sharing your ideas, what you believe, what you feel. If you are from afar, from the US, please let me know where you are messaging or watching me from. I'd like to know if I'm reaching out as far as I can. I'm grateful for the new subscribers and old subscribers. Thank you. And hopefully soon to be subscribers, but how long this is going to last, I don't know. I can't say. The only thing I can say is I uttered the words without, I uttered the numbers without speaking, without thinking. And I said 2930. I'll leave that up to you to realize what I'm talking about. But these numbers came 2930. I looked up the Strongman's Concordance and it was the living waters from the throne. But it could mean that, or it could mean something else. I'm not sure why I uttered it. Just the same as I uttered pick up your cross in between quaking state and awake. I'm going to leave this here. Thank you all for watching. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Till the next time, the one out.